Hello children, welcome to our way through English. So today we are going to continue the same topic what we have been started in the previous class. I said that only orally we discussed the topic of articles, right? So we started the topic articles. So yesterday I given you we have two types of articles, definite article and indefinite article. So we discussed that. So two types of articles. So now I'm going to give you a notice. So where we have to use articles, you just keep in your mind, children. This should be very simple. Where we use a, where we use an. So I already said in the previous session, right? And the article the and the, how we will differentiate. So now I'm going to give you some rules. Very simple, three basic rules, children. Then afterwards again I will give you oral class. For your notes, for your convenient, I am giving you. So where we have to use these articles. So I said that before vowel letter A, before consonant, before vowel letter and, before consonant letter A and the, where we have to use. First, where we have to place A or where we have to place and, where we have to place the, we have to know. We come to know that before this sound A, before this sound and, but my question is, first where we have to use those A and an. So that I am going to teach you in this session. So this class we are going to learn where we have to use these articles A, an, or the, or the. So first one, keep the rule number 1. Rule 1, first one. So keep the heading. Already I said no. First keep, okay. Keep the heading, children, 1. And mention indefinite and definite article. 2. Already we discussed definite article the or the. This. Right? Now you have to start. After this, keep rule number 1. Now I'm going to teach you that rules. Rule number 1, children. So where we will use this article means, very importantly we should know that before a single countable noun, a or an will be used before single and mostly countable noun. For example, what is this? Pen. What we will say? A pen. Why? Because we can count it. Single count. A board or the green board. That is the why we use that. Is I will teach you the third rule. Second rule. So a or an will be used before a single countable noun. Copy that. When you have a single countable noun. When you have a single countable noun in front of, before it you will get a or an, that is an article. So that is you must have an article before it. So this is very relevant. More important, remember this word, single countable noun. For example, what you will say? Please bring me a water. Will you say a water? Will you say a coffee? You will say a cup of milk or a cup of coffee, but you can't say a coffee. Right? Yeah. If you say a coffee, that is wrong in grammar. So we won't say a water, but we say a bottle. We will say a bottle, but we won't say a water. You will say the water. We can't say a water. Why? Because water is countable or uncountable noun? Countable or uncountable noun? Uncountable noun. So you will say a pen, but you can't say, what you will say? And pen, because it is consonant sound. So that is the rule number 1. Let me write examples for you children. For examples. Let me write the example first. See here, give me a pen. You can say a pen, but you can't say give me a water. A cup of water, a glass of water you can say, but you can't say a water. Why? Because it is uncountable. We will use before when you have a single countable noun. When you have single countable noun, you must have an article before it. So that is. Copy this one. Next we will go for second rule. Okay, that's it. Next example. And you know, only countable now. Let me write one more example. Only countable now. Maybe you can use, you know, I have a gold. You can't say a gold, a silver, the gold. You can say that. So it is rule number 2 I am going to teach for you. First, clear? Is it clear now? First one. So opposite one. That will be the rule number 2. I will write top because rule number 2 will have more examples. Rule number 2, children. So you learnt before single countable noun, you will have an article before it, right? So now we have a second rule here. Uncountable nouns, previously we discussed only example a or an. Oh, sorry children. You written example here now. Continuation examples. Before rule 2, one more example. All we use a. We should not, I not given an example. Eat an apple. Eat an apple. Example, an. So a an will be used before single countable nouns. Single countable nouns. That will be the example. Now rule 2, where we want to use a or an, that we will get in the rule 2. Okay, this is also example for first one. Now rule number 2, I am going to give a rule number 2 where we want to use, because uncountable nouns don't use. Only countable nouns will get a or an. So now rule number 2, uncountable nouns don't use a or an. Because, I will say, why uncountable nouns don't use a or an? Will you say a water or an water? We will say the water. So that is the difference. So now uncountable nouns won't use a or an. This is because, copy this, I'm going to write, this is because, why? Because you can't count them. Very simple. This is because you cannot count them. So where we use a or an, in the previous one we discussed, we will use a or an only before single countable noun. Where we won't use a or an means before uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns. Example. So, look at this example. He gave me an advice. He gave me an advice. He gave me some advice. So, an advice. Will you count advice? Uncountable noun, especially abstract noun, we can't count it. So, that is the answer. So, children, here in these two sentences, there was a mistake. Will you find what was the mistake? Here we have a mistake. What was the mistake? Can you guess the mistake? He gave me an advice. He gave me some advice. Okay, I said an is wrong here. Some is okay, correct. So my question is, except this one, we have a mistake. What was the mistake? Sir, we are not getting the words. Where you have written mistake? Yes, of course, I written a mistake there. Look at children. Have you ever gone through these two words, advise and advise? Both same sounds. Sounds are same, spellings are different. This is called homophones. Same sound will be there but different spelling. Right? See here. ADVISE, ADVICE. Both are advice. But there was a mistake in this sentence. Why? Because ADVSE is a noun and ADVCE is a verb. sorry, I change it again. It is a verb and it is a noun. It is a verb and it is a noun. So advise is a noun here. So what is a noun? CE is a noun. SE is a verb. SE is a verb. So what we have to use here? We have to use a noun. Before noun we will get articles. So, now you got two words. Advise and advise. This is noun. This is verb. Okay? That's it. Copy this example. Before uncountable nouns, we don't use a or an. Uncountable one. Copy this one. Right? So children, okay, I'm going for next example. Next rule. Okay, shall we stop here or we'll go for rule number 3 also? Rule number 3 also very simple, children. Okay, we will complete 3 rules and later we will go for oral completing the blanks. So article and no article. Many rules are there, children. It will be continued for a long time. You don't worry about that. So rule number 3. Rule number 3. Where we use article means rule number 3. Where we use article especially till now a or an we discussed. Now we are going to discuss about the or the. So you can use the. When we will make the, when we use the or the, because to make general things into specific one. How general will become specific, I will teach you example also. Now write this one. You can use the to make general things specific. To make general things specific. So what is general thing and what it is a specific? That I will teach you. Next one, another important point. You can use the before a singular or a plural, countable or uncountable, but not a or an. We will use only before single uncountable noun a or an, but the can be used before countable, uncountable, and you know one more thing, single and plural forms also, but a and an not like that, only single, and that should be a countable. Now write another point. You can use the with any type of any type of noun. One is, you can mention like this: singular, plural, countable, uncountable. Okay. So these are the 2 rules, children. So you can use the to make general things into specific one. What is general, what is specific, I will teach you. Don't worry about that. You can use the with any type of noun, but not like an or a. Where we use a or an only before singular, that too a countable noun. That too a countable noun. Now, examples, children. First examples. How general means specific means. See here, same example. Give me a pen. I said, give me a pen. Means I not said any specific pen or give me a pen. Means which pen, red pen, blue pen, green pen. I didn't know anything. Simple, I said, give me a pen. Give me, or I said, give me a pen. That's enough. I don't want any specified one. Just I said, give me a pen. But I'm giving one more example, second example. Give me the pen. I said here, the pen. Which pen means I am showing something. Means which you can see or I can see. For example, the pen was here. Array, give me the pen. Means which we can see. Both can see it. So here I am specifying something. Here I am saying any pen. Now you got example. Okay, one more example. You are not satisfied with this. I will give one more example here. Look here, second example, children. Children grew up quickly. I said children grew up quickly. Which children? Children grew up quickly. Did I mention any special there? Children grew up quickly. Any children. But here I am giving another same word. Same. Now see here, I said the children. I said the can be used here. See, it can be used with any type of noun, singular, plural, countable or uncountable. You can use anywhere. So here the children is a plural form. Commonly a or an we can't use before plural forms. Only before singular we can use. So the children that I know grew up fastly. Grew up fastly. Sorry, children grow up. This is grow character. So that I know grow up quickly. So what is here? The children, someone I know. Which children I know, they grow up fastly. So quickly. So that is the difference between these two. One is any children, but here I am specifying someone. So the is used to make general things into specific things. General things into specific things. Now you can understand, right? What is general and what is specific, right? So this will be the very simple. Let me give the conclusion for this topic in today's class. Rule number 3 is you can use the to make general things into specific means. The will make common things into great specified ones, means particular ones. See here, when you look at the pen here, any pen, I have not mentioned any specific pen, but when you look at the pen, means so and so particular pen. For example, the pen was here. Hey, give me the pen, means you can see it, I can see it. So which can see by both a particular thing, then we can use this the or the. So general things will be specified one. And number 2 here, important point, you can use the with any type of noun. Commonly we can't use a or an before singular, especially plural and uncountable. Where we use a or an, where we use a or an before single and most probably only countable nouns. But we can't use, for example, children grow up quickly. We can't say a children here because it is a plural form. Before plural, we can't use the article a or an because we can use the before singular, plural, countable or uncountable, but not a or an. So here's the example. Children grow up quickly. Which children? Common children grow up. But when we use the word the, here this the made a particular children. So means specified children. Which children? The children that I know grew up quickly. Means I'm talking about the children whom I know they grow up fastly. So the makes general things into specific things. Okay, that will be the difference between a and an or the. And this is the end of today's session. I hope that you understood where we have to use a, an and the. Tomorrow we will go for using more examples and more rules will come to next class. So that will be the end of session. Meet in the next session. Until then, stay home, stay safe and goodbye.